Hey guys, it's me, Victoria Leone. Welcome back to another one of my videos. This is gonna be a surprise, fun one. If you don't follow me on Instagram, we are expecting baby number 2, which is a huge surprise. We found out when my son was only like 9 months old. So besides just sharing that news with you guys, which I am so excited to finally be able to do, nausea really hit me hard the first pregnancy. This one was the same. So I had a hard time functioning, taking care of my son, my husband, and myself. I was like, I'm not gonna overdo it. And I am still nursing as well too, and that takes so much energy. I'm actually going to be starting the process of weaning my son here soon. My goal is to get to a year, so I'm curious to see how that's gonna change my energy. But anyways, there's been a lot of new subscribers to my channel, which is so exciting. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I'm so happy to be spending time with you. If you are new, my son's name is Connor. We don't know yet the gender of this new baby. We find out on December 13th, so that's coming up super soon. I really feel like with the holidays, time's just going by like even faster than it normally would. I know we could do like a test or something to find out early, but I honestly didn't want to pay for that. So we're just gonna wait, and time has been really going by fast. Besides announcing baby number 2, I did want this to be my first bump update. I loved doing the check-ins with you guys with my last pregnancy. That was so much fun. It's kind of like a little like memory vlog for myself, but then also something that can be helpful for new moms, or if you just wanted to follow along with me and my family on our journey with that first pregnancy, then that was something fun that I could share with you guys with that too. And then this one, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be so fun to compare the two, see how different they've been, how similar they've been, kind of guesses on gender and all of that stuff. So I'm excited to share with you guys the check-ins. So this is officially check-in number 1. I want to tell you guys all the things, symptoms this time compared to last time and all of that. So, okay, so first thing, I have to mention this. I never had the postpartum hair loss, which truly surprised me, probably more than it's surprising you, because I was waiting for it, expecting it. My hair is kind of in the middle range, like it's pretty fine, but I do have a lot of it, but it's not super thick at the same time. I think it's honestly because, I mean, who knows really, but I think it might be because I experienced that while I was pregnant. So I never had like the full luscious locks when I was pregnant. Like, that just didn't happen for me, but I did have extreme hair loss. And this same thing happened with this baby, but it was sooner, and it honestly was one of the signs that I'm pregnant. I was like, I'm losing so much hair. And it was, like I said, my son was about 8.5, 9 months old when I started experiencing this. So I was like, this is weird. Maybe I'm like having like the postpartum hair loss later than most people said. Like most people said it was like 4 to 6 months when that started for them. So I'm like, I don't know, this is strange. So that was one of my big signs, besides just like missing my period in general. Also my lashes, I was using the Rodan & Fields lash serum, and they had all gotten so long and full. Finally, like the lengths were all even and everything. And then all of a sudden, like I would wash my face and like 5 or 6 lashes would fall out every single time I would wash my mascara off, and I was like, what's going on? And then I found out I was pregnant, so I'm like, okay, hair loss thing. That happened last time too. Lashes and hair, like those are the things that went out the window. I do have a video coming up, by the way, of me telling my husband. I didn't film my first reaction of like seeing the test turn positive because I didn't think it was gonna be positive. I had filmed like previous ones, but I didn't film that one. But anyways, I have that video coming. Included in that, I'm also gonna do Tony's parents' reaction and then my parents' reaction as well. As long as they're okay with being on my channel. Hopefully they'll all say yes. I started getting nauseous at about like 5 to 5.5 weeks, but with this one, it definitely hit a lot harder. Like I was like, holy moly, I am not just like feeling nauseous, but I'm like feeling nauseous, versus the first time I was like, yeah, I'm kind of starting to feel it. I think definitely is really difficult with a little baby and being nauseous. It is so hard, but at the same time, it's almost a little bit easier just because they're so distracting. I think just the hardest part is the energy that you have to exert to really entertain them and play with them, make sure they're happy. I didn't want to be like, I guess I didn't want to like show my weakness that I wasn't feeling well, so I overexerted myself, which I think is partly why I'm looking forward to being done breastfeeding, because I'm hoping that some of my energy might come back a little bit more so my body's not working like twice as hard. It's crazy to think about the fact though that in your first trimester, like you're not only growing a baby, but you're also growing the placenta, and then I'm also feeding another baby as well as my body working to keep itself up. So it's crazy. I'm like, there's so much going on. No wonder I'm so tired. And there was a couple days when I truly like did not have the energy to go get something to eat. That is the worst thing that you could possibly do. Like if you're a first time mom watching this and you maybe have nausea right now or something, do not eat. It's such a bad idea. I know I'm saying that so bluntly, but it truly made the worst impact. And it's such a catch-22. Like if you don't eat, you get more nauseous because your stomach is empty. Eating every like hour and a half to 2 hours made the biggest impact. So once I figured that out, it helped so much to get through the day. The nausea is gone now. Sometimes in the late evenings, I do still kind of feel a little bit queasy, but I wouldn't even say it's like nauseous. It's just kind of like light stomach ache. So that's nice that I'm like finally past that chapter. And it's crazy because when you're in it, you're like, this is so challenging. Like, when is this gonna be over? I just cannot wait for it to be over. This is just so hard. But then when it's over, you're like, wow, okay, at least for me, it's like, dang, that time it went by really quickly, and I'm so thankful that chapter is over. My experience anyways. One funny to me anyways, that kind of happened, because this happened with my last pregnancy too. With Connor, it was pizza. I have never really been a huge fan of pizza, to be honest with you. Like, I think it's great, but I'm not like food of choice. I wouldn't go out and specifically order pizza. I didn't get like over the moon when there's pizza. But with Connor, I was like, man, I really want some pizza. And it started in the first trimester. It's like I saw something and I saw some pizza, and it happened to also be cold pizza at that time. I was like, that looks so good. I have to eat that. With this pregnancy, it was pancakes. I've never been a huge fan of like pancakes or waffles. And again, like I'll eat them, but it's not like, wow, I'm really enjoying this. But man, I had pancakes for like 2 weeks straight. That's what I had for breakfast every morning. I had it loaded with fruit, blueberries, strawberries. Anyways, just kind of like a funny thing that happened. It's interesting how your taste can kind of change a little bit based off of the cravings or the things that you feel like you can eat. Speaking of changes, I am not lactose intolerant anymore. It never was a problem until after Connor was born. I like slowly developed an intolerance to dairy, and it was super hard to figure out that that's what it was. But then I don't know what made me curious. Maybe because I was craving like milk so bad. I was like, man, I really just want to have like a real bowl of cereal. I don't want almond milk with it. I don't want oat milk. Like, I want a real bowl of cereal. It just kind of got me curious, and I did always wonder, like when I stopped breastfeeding, if I would go back to being able to have dairy again. And so I'm like, maybe because I'm pregnant, I'll be able to have dairy again. I'm curious. I forget, honestly, the first thing I had to test it out. But when it didn't affect me, I was like, and it was only a small amount. It was really small. So I'm like, let's try something else. I slowly kind of worked myself back up to drinking like a full glass of milk again. Chocolate milk was another thing I was totally obsessed with Connor. So yeah, weird change. Your body really does change a lot. I have been already using like oils and creams on my stomach. My stomach has definitely started to get more of a bump faster than the last time, which I've heard is totally common. A lot of moms were like, get ready for your belly to grow faster because your uterus already knows what to do. Like, I've heard that from a lot of people, and it's totally true. The bump is definitely coming back faster. So last time with my first pregnancy to help with stretch marks. I exfoliated in the shower. I only showered every other day, which might seem weird to some people, but I don't feel like that's weird, so I'm okay with it. Sorry if you're not okay with it. But yeah, I exfoliated in the shower, and then afterwards I would put on like hyaluronic acid serum or something like that just to add a little bit of extra hydration, and then I would go in with like Aveeno or the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream. Smells so good. So I would go in with that. I am curious to see any major differences like as the pregnancy moves forward. What I might notice to be like the biggest differences between Connor and this pregnancy. I'm curious to know your guys' biggest differences too, because I feel like sometimes they're so bizarre and sometimes they're just super obvious. Looking back, I feel like it's been pretty similar, and I know that a lot of people love to guess the gender based off of like how your pregnancy is going, but I honestly have no idea. Last thing I want to touch on, because I don't want this video to be like super long, we are going to do a bump update though, because I wanted to get my first one on the books. But the biggest difference between this pregnancy and the last one has been my emotions have been so heightened. The last one I was like, man, people said that I'd be like really emotional, and I'm like, no. This time it's been like, man, I watched this horse movie. I don't remember what it is called, but I was tearing up. There was like a Disney movie I watched, but I was like, this is so sweet. That family is like joined back together. This is like the best. I have gotten emotional so many, even just watching TikToks. I'm like, okay, that was the sweetest thing. That's definitely been one major difference. And I had a mom reach out to me and she's like, okay, you're having a girl for sure. So I don't know, who knows? I'm really excited to find out though. Next baby update, we'll definitely be finding out whether or not it's a boy or girl. So that's gonna be so exciting. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's do the bump update right now. Please don't forget to subscribe if you would like to. I would absolutely love that. I am going to be working on getting back to my Wednesday weekly schedule, but for now it's going to be slightly all over the place since I'm just kind of getting back into the rhythm of things. So bear with me on that, you guys, but I'm so excited to be filming again, creating content again. I always have so much fun with these videos, so I'm just really excited about it. And Christmas season, oh, we're gonna get a Christmas tree soon. I already did decorate a little bit. Anyways, okay, you guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!